Good afternoon, night, morning, day, evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Been a while since I've done one of these. This is only the second one I've done. Um, we're going to be tackling the problem of this. I've found this on Facebook. There's a channel that does various ones of these. It does negative 10 squared plus 100, negative 7 squared plus 49, right? And its question is, what is the answer? And I'm here to tackle it using what I have seen as a random uni student studying maths. I do study mathematics, by the way. Yeah, so immediately looking at this, you could think of two possible answers. You either think 0 or you think 200. Now, unlike the other problem I did, this problem is not ambiguous, but it can be confusing. So the correct answer is definitely 0. Right? And it all depends on how this notation is interpreted. Now, from what I've seen, if you have negative and a number squared, right, say negative x squared, you apply the exponent first before applying the negative, because writing negative x is the same as writing negative 1 times x, right? So if I put a square there, that's the same as putting a square there, right? Those two are, this is what that means. If I give you the bottom one, well, you do the square first, and then apply the negative 1, because you do exponents before multiplication. That's simple order operations. So why is it that when we do this, why does that change? Right? So that's pretty much what that means. Now, what most people's argument is okay, well, negative of a number squared, say negative 10 squared, right, should give you positive 100, because that means negative 10 times negative 10. It doesn't, right? That would give you positive 100 if it was in brackets. Excuse the handwriting, I'm doing this with a mouse. That would give you positive 100. Negative 10 squared without, let me just get rid of this. Negative 10 squared without the brackets is negative 1 times 10 squared. Now keep in mind it's 10 squared, and it's not listed as 10 times 10, right? Although you can do it as 10, you can also do it, yeah, negative 1 times 10 squared, which is negative 1 times 10 times 10. That's what negative 10 squared is in like the simplest form, without any brackets, without nothing, okay? And you can clearly see that right, is equal to, you can clearly see that this is equal to what negative 100, right? Because 10 times 10, and then you apply the negative. Now, using the other argument that people are trying to say is negative 10 squared is negative 10 times negative 10. Right, negative 10 times negative 10, right, which would be the same as writing negative 1 times 10 times negative 1 times 10. That's like what they're trying to say, but the second negative 1 doesn't just appear. It's this is the commonly accepted notation for it. And if this could be correct, like it could be interpreted the way that people think it is, that some people think it is, in that it gives you a positive 100, right? Like that, there would be nothing wrong with that, but that's just not how we look at it, right? Because if you're given a quadratic where it's like negative x squared plus x, I don't know, plus 2, right? If I give you this and I say substitute in x equals 3, right, to that quadratic, if you graph this quadratic, you'll get the value, negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. You get the value negative 4 on your graph, right? for that at x equals 3. Right, it will give you -4 every single time because you square the 3 first and then apply the negative. And you can check that using graph theory. I don't have it here. I could probably get it, but I don't have it. But if you have a graphics calculator, or if you just go to desmos.com, desmos.com, give me a second, then this will also verify it because that's the correct way to interpret that, right? So then why does it change when x is a number? Why does it turn to positive 100? Like, and if it didn't, the correct, yeah, if it didn't, the correct way of writing that quadratic would be -x squared is what you would have us write. But like that's like, no, you just write like this. That's accepted. Yeah. So anyway, after that long and pieced together explanation, the correct answer to this question is 0, not 200. You can see why people would make that mistake, and it's a justifiable mistake. But the problem is not ambiguous, right? It has been very clearly decided that you do the square first, then apply the negative. Yeah. So there you go, and that also applies to pretty much any of them, right? There's another one that I saw on the page that was -7 squared. That's terrible handwriting. -7 squared plus 49. Well, that would be the same thing. That would also be 0. For the same reason, right? Instead of 98. Yeah. So that's the random uni student tackling that problem. Have a nice day.